Hey everyone, Dark here, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you the best way to hide all of your precious loot on official PvP servers.
Nice.
And even though I'm showing you this hidden method, it'll still be very difficult to actually scout and find hidden loot that is hidden in this way. So please feel free to share it with all of your friends. If you do find this at all useful, please be sure to hit that like button. It really will help me out. And if you enjoy the content, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think and subscribe if you haven't already and if you'd like to see more content like this. And now let's get straight to the point. What is the best method to hiding loot on official PvP servers? The Trilobite. Yes, the Trilobite. Now, some of you might not even realize that you can tame a Trilobite, and the way you tame them is fish baskets. Fish baskets are OP, by the way. Fish baskets are how you tame the Trilobite. Once tamed, make sure you release it from your fish basket because there is a 40-minute timer on any fish or Trilobite or tame that you tame in the fish basket. So release it from the fish basket, cryopod it up, and then go find that perfect hiding spot to hide that Trilobite. Now this next part is important, so make sure you watch all the way till the end. Since a Trilobite is a tame, you have to keep it fed. The way you keep these things fed is with berries, not with meat, which makes it pretty easy to keep it well stocked. Now another thing you need to know is that Trilobites have very low weight, so you do not want to be hiding resources and heavy structures and equipment and tools in the Trilobite's inventory. You primarily want to use this for cryopods and for blueprints and maybe some, PvP kits or farming kits. Last but not least, these things will survive both above and below water. I do not suggest you hide these guys above water because the whole reasoning and purpose of using these guys to hide your gear is that if you hide them deep down underwater, players won't be able to detect them with parasaurs when they're scouting. Remember, oftentimes when people scout for hidden loot, they're carrying a parasaur around on a wyvern or an RG or whatever it is, and they're looking for hidden loot that way that is buried above the ground, or hidden bases or things like that. When the Trilobite is hidden deep underwater, the parasaur can't detect that far, and no one carries a parasaur underwater. That means your Trilobite will go completely undetected, and the only way somebody will actually see them is if they swim close enough to render it in and they visually see it. But even in those cases, they're likely just going to say to themselves, "Oh, it's a Trilobite," and then they'll just continue to swim right on by. Now obviously if somebody gets close enough, they could potentially see the name above it since it is, from their perspective, an enemy tame, but most likely people won't even get close enough for that to happen. Now when you're choosing a spot underwater to hide your Trilobite, I would choose a location that's least likely to have a player swim by. That means don't hide it near silica pearls, don't hide it where there's other Trilobites, and I also wouldn't hide it close to underwater snails or underwater scorpions. Now, you don't have to hide these tames in the deep water. You can hide them a little bit up towards the top. Just don't put them too close to the waterline or the shoreline where somebody could still detect it with a parasaur if they're flying low enough. As long as you're deep enough to be out of the range of a parasaur that's right above the water level, you should be solid. And if you're still in super early game, that might be more useful so you don't have to swim all the way down to the bottom if you don't have flippers with you. Now, the last tip that I do have for you guys is, since this is such an easy tame to tame, you want to make sure you tame several and spread them out across your main server that you want to be on and even other servers that you might frequent. As with any hidden loot, it's very possible somebody could eventually find it and easily get that loot. So the more backup hidden locations you have, the better off you'll be. But obviously, like I said at the beginning, I think this is the best way to hide loot, especially now with how many players are literally spending all of their time scouting for buried Purlovias and Reapers and Basilisks above the waterline. Anyways, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more content like this. If you want to become an even better solo player, be sure to watch this video, where you can learn how to easily farm Genesis mission points without having to use an OP Giga. My name is Dark, and I will see you next time.